So guys, we are very close to the update. Of course, we already had a second dev server, so we will probably see it in this upcoming week, right? Maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but we will probably definitely see the update coming this week, right? So what should you grind first? So this is kind of a video that I always do, but at the same time, it is a very broad kind of idea because it depends on the type of player you are. So I'm gonna give 3 examples for you and what should you grind first, okay? So if you are an air main, right? If you play arcade, realistic simulator, but with air, what should you grind first? What are the best vehicles you can get in this update? Well, I gotta be honest, guys, there isn't a lot to talk about here. I think it depends very much on the type of playstyle that you like, but definitely probably the best vehicles you can get in a general sense are the new F-18s, right? So the new F-18s are probably the ones that you should be able to kind of focus on grinding. Yes, it's kind of a boring answer because we already have F-18s, of course. But yeah, the Sufa is a great aircraft. The F-5TH, right? They're all amazing aircraft, but at the end of the day, guys, the F-18s are the most standard kind of way to, from the patch, right, to get the best out of your buck, basically, right? Because it's aircraft that are just pretty good at dogfighting. They're pretty fast, although they don't have a lot of max speed. They can accelerate pretty okay. And overall, they, use the better missiles, the best missiles in the game for BVR, right? Arguably, right? The AIM-120C5. So it's just a very, I'm talking mainly, of course, about the Australian Hug model, the AF-A18A late, right? But even then, the normal one, like the F-18A, the normal one, is amazing for its BR. It's just, yeah, overall, the best packages that you can get are from the F-18s, okay? But I would put in a second kind of position the Sufa, and in third, the Super Tigris, right? So if you are kind of an aircraft main, I would kind of have that line of thinking, with one exception. If you already have F-18s, go for the Super Tigris, because you probably already have an F-16 as well. The Super Tigris is the most interesting one, the most different one. So if you have the F-18s, if you have F-16s, the Super Tigris is the most fun one, I gotta say. But at the same time, the best ones are specifically the Hug F-18, but also the Australian, the first one, because of its BR, right? Both of these are amazing, so you should probably grind them first. What about if you are a tank main? If you play a lot with tanks, you have a lot of nations, etc., what should you focus on? Well, guys, in my opinion, focus on the new AAs for the countries that are getting it. The Buck, the Sky Saber, or the SAMT for Italy or France, all of them are amazing AA systems. I still believe, I have to do the test, but I still believe the Buck will be the best out of them all. But if you play with tanks, you probably dislike a little bit of CAS, right? I mean, even they play with aircraft. When I get killed by CAS, I get a little bit mad about it, right? When I'm with a tank. So at the end of the day, get the new AAs. They're going to protect your lineup. They're amazing AA systems, really. I mean, even the Sky Saber, which is arguably the worst out of the 3 new ones, it is still very much worth it. So if you are in these 4 nations, get these 4, okay? These, like, technically 4, but 3 models of AA systems, right? Like I said, the first one that I would get is the Buck. The Buck feels like the best one. And second is SAMT. But again, when the patch comes out, we're going to test it out again, see how it is. But in a general sense, you need to defend yourself from, attackers. So, yeah, it's just better to go for the new AAs. They are the best ones. Yeah, Stingrays, yeah, Zoplot, yeah, very cool stuff. M55, VT4. There are plenty of other vehicles here, but the new AAs are just pretty amazing. So get those, okay? And then kind of a bonus one over here, guys. If you like to play with tanks or aircraft, but in a general sense, ground, realistic, especially battles, right? There is another vehicle that I would try to get, Of course, together with it, we're going to talk a little bit about something else, a loadout that you need to get. But yeah, guys, the Apache Guardian, right? Get this vehicle because it is the best Apache in the game and one of the best, if not the best helicopter in the game for now, okay? Yes, the Lemur and the CM502 are also two loadouts that you need to get if you have the Z10ME and the Mi-28NM. But at the end of the day, guys, as a new vehicle for grinding specifically, the Guardian is arguably the best helicopter in the game. It will take 16 of the new missiles that are IR guided, 16 kilometers of range. They're amazing missiles. Yes, sometimes the Lemur will do a little bit more damage. There are certain situations where the CM502 is just going to have more range. But for the average player, I would imagine that a lot more people have American helicopters than Chinese or Russian helicopters. I mean, I don't know about Russian, but Chinese definitely, right? So at the end of the day, most people will be, it will be quicker to just get the Guardian instead of getting the Z10ME that is already in the game and getting the loadout. So get the Guardian Apache, guys. If you like to, you know, stomp tanks, of course, if you like helicopters, if you like aircraft in general, if you like doing CAS, whatever, if you want to help your team, if you do squadron battles, it doesn't matter. The Guardian Apache is arguably the best helicopter in the game. Okay, so you need to get it. It's just amazing. So yeah, get it. And these are kind of it, guys. So these are the vehicles that I would get first for my grind. Personally, I would focus, because I already have the F-18s, I would focus on the Super Tigers first, then the Sufa, and then the F-18s. That's just because I have the F-18s. If I didn't have it, I would definitely focus on the Australian F-18s. On the regards of tanks, obviously I will focus on the Buck and then the SMT. Later, maybe the Sky Saber, the Oplot, and stuff like that. And then for helicopters, yeah, the Guardian Apache is the one to go. Yeah, of course, I already have the Mi-28NM, and I have to check if I have the Z10. If I don't, I will get the Z10 as well, but the Guardian Apache is the best Apache in the game. One of the best helicopters in the game. You just, yeah, it's just worth it. Okay, guys? So basically, these are it. These are the ones that I should, you know, try to focus more on the grind. You tell me in the comments what you think. I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye, guys. See you.